Hey all, this is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot, and today I'm here with you to do a reading about your promotional success for 2020. That is at your job, if you're currently on track to a promotion or that you think that you'll maybe be getting promoted in 2020 or you're wondering. Well, I have 3 piles here for you to choose from on your pick a pile to reveal what actions could you take to influence your promotion for the better. So what actions could you take to influence your promotion for the better? So this is pile number 1 with the yellow jasper, pile number 2 with this interesting rock, and pile number 3 with the purple amethyst. So 1, 2, 3, whichever one you're drawn to, please pick your pile, and then I'll post the time stamps in the link below. But for the time being, let's pick our pile and think about what we can do in 2020 to increase our chances of promotion. And I've got my money candle here is burning for you in the background to keep us motivated. Okay, so I pre-shuffled the cards so we don't waste time here. We can just get right into the reading, and I have no idea what's under the cards, so you're looking at them while I'm looking at them. And here is the yellow jasper, which is associated with the solar plexus. And so what can you do in your career to basically increase your odds of promotion? Okay, so ooh. All right, and I've got 2 kind of oracle cards here from the Sacred Wealth Oracle deck, and I've pulled the Collaborator and the Mystic. And then under the Collaborator, it says, I co-create to create. It's kind of funny, but cooperative, receptive, connected, curious, insightful, inclusive, and co-creative, right? So working with teams and working with groups, doing it together instead of feeling like you have to do it by yourself. And then also here, the Mystic. The Mystic says, I am spiritually wealthy. So believing that you're already there, sensitive, transcendent, intuitive, artistic, intense, imaginative, revolutionary, rebellious, and mysterious. So I basically, with these 2 cards, I think it's telling you that yes, be collaborative and work with others, but don't forget your individual self in the process, and understand that you are very unique and you do have a lot of really interesting ideas. And so you should definitely not drop those in favor of just the group think and the group energy all the time. Also with the swan here, I see as a symbol of Venus, and she is riding in on a swan, it looks like. And so you get more you get more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. I think that's the saying there. And so it's showing that you want to have a collaborative attitude, but don't forget that you are just very super unique. And because this is also K2, and for those of you that are familiar with astrology, the South Node is our past. And so, maybe in the past we've been, very like by ourselves and more self-isolating, but in the future is really calling us to help build with others, right? So, what I see here, and that's true in your tarot cards here. So, what can I do in 2020 to increase my chances of promotion? So the Emperor is here to show us that we should be very confident in our choices and act like we already reached our goal. Like sometimes we have to act like we're already there before we get the promotion. We have to show that we have the strength to do it, that we are committed and passionate about what we're doing with strength, and that we're also solid and firm. So I think if one thing you want to do, especially if you have more of a rebellious nature, is make sure that your company knows that you actually want to stay there and that you actually do want to contribute and work with others, and that you're firm foundationing with the Emperor that you totally plan on staying there. Now, you know, maybe your maybe your actual ambitions are otherwise, because you'll have the two-faced, they have the two faces here with strength. Not saying you're two-faced, but you know, it says kind of keep some things to yourself and a little bit, and be squeaky clean with your image and your integrity for sure with strength. And if you have, you know, some of your own ambitions and how you want to do things your way, that's great that you have that forethought. But in order to really be considered for promotion, you need to be a team player and a collaborator in your environment, it looks like. So maybe be a bit hush-hush. And if you truly do want the promotion, then act like you want to be at the organization. That always helps. Okay, and then with the Four of Wands, we can see here that indeed this looks really great. When I see the Emperor and the Strength and Four of Wands, it looks like that, yeah, if you continue on your current path, you will get promoted. You will go to positions of higher authority. But again, she's dancing with somebody else. So it's always a dance whenever we engage with what we want in life. It's not just about us pursuing it, you know, pushing forward at the expense of others or just doing things totally on our own. It's always a dance, and we're always, you know, in energetic play with others. But I will definitely say that the Four of Wands and the Emperor look very positive as far as promotions go, and that with these cards here too, you want to really be confident and act like, you know, you're already there, right? There's nothing that instills confidence more than just already picking up the mantle and already doing what you know how to do, and just emulating that role already from the get out. And if you don't have a good role model to follow, then really look in your organization for particular role models that you could follow to help you with that, so that you're really emulating a good manager and not just, you know, playing ego games. And not that any of you would do that, I'm sure, if you're watching this, but not that you're just, you know, caught up in what you think a good manager is, but asking for others' opinions and ideas as well is always appreciated. So thank you, pile number 1. That's your promotional reading. And now for pile number 2, for the interesting rock. Okay, so yeah. Ooh. So I just got chills. So for my pile number 2s, are you guys some kind of artist, multimedia artist? Are you some kind of celebrity at your work? Are you, are you an artist? Are you a performing artist? For those of you that are performing artists and artists, I would I would have no idea how to do what you do, and you just have to be so self-assured and so on point to really get out there. But I see Venus and the Sun here together. So Venus is all about, you know, the beautiful art that you can create. And I actually, because I see a fox here, I see you like being very inventive with the art that you create and making things that no one else makes. And with the celebrity, I see you being extremely, it says confident, noble, generous, unique, right? So people are going to know you this year. This is a year where you're not going to be in the background at all anymore. So if you have any, you know, shyness or kind of inner reservations, this is definitely the year to kind of put some of those aside and get really playful and fun with the way that you're living your life, because this gal right here is stepping out, this guy or gal, whoever you are. And then whoever you are, right? The Sun, figuring out who we are, our identity. So with the cards here too, what is some promotional advice for you for 2020? So right away, I'm noticing, you know, the major arcana card here, which is the Hangman. Maybe you're one of those aerialists, where you're one of those artist people that like swing from, I don't even know what they're called, trapeze artists. Maybe you're a yoga instructor. Maybe you do something with your physical body like performance art. But this is really just saying that sometimes we need to be comfortable with the fact that, we don't always know how things are going to go. And sometimes we just have to wait for a minute. It might be a little uncomfortable. I mean, this is not a position that you could hold forever, right? So maybe, maybe your key to your promotion is realizing that, things are not always permanent and that they're not always going to be the same all the time. Like you might have been in a holding pattern where you just kind of had to hold still for a while. But the Knight of Wands and the Two of Pentacles here are showing that isn't going to last forever. Like you've been patient. I get the feeling with you, pile number 2, that you have been patient with your career and the next steps that you could take. I think that, this is my Jupiter and Capricorn card, and it's all about doing the work and taking responsibility. And the Knight of Wands is really here. I see her as looking at like, make your own kind of music, make your own special song. So this is really like where the uniqueness is coming out, and she's not really, again, this is a person, this goes very well with the celebrity card. I think, look at them. They're kind of one and the same here. They're both extremely confident. They're stepping out. They're just going ahead and doing what they know how to do best without like waiting anymore. Like you kind of, you've been patient, you've waited a long time. It's kind of time to, it's not kind of, it is time to step out. And you've done the work, you've made the effort, you've practiced. This to me is also a sign of practice. Like you've practiced quite a bit. It's now time to kind of go out and show off and show what you can do. So that is for you, pile number 2. You've been beautifully patient and kind, and now is the time to really show off what you can do. So pile number 2, that one's for you. For pile number 3, we have the Amethyst. And so what can you do to increase your chances of promotion in 2020? All right. Ooh. So somebody is technical. Somebody in pile number 3 is a very technical, on point, organized person. We also, it's very masculine too. We've got, and you don't have to be a man to get this, to pull this out. This is 2 Mars cards, very different. The engineer is very focused on problem solving, whereas the strategist is really focused on how do we get there? How do we move the chess pieces to get here? So this is showing me that basically you are a very tactical and technical and hardworking person. And so that's how you're going to get ahead where you are, is embodying the qualities that you already represent, which is being very strategical, that's probably not a word, very strategic, and also the engineer. Like with this energy, with these 2 cards, I'm feeling like the need to be very on point and very correct about what you're doing and saying. So for those of you, maybe that doesn't, for some of you this is a general reading, so that might not come super easy to you, but it's really what's being called up for you right now, is to see how the pieces of the puzzle all work together. How do things work? If you look at all the little gears here, how are things working, and what is the overall plan of the organization? What's the strategic goal of the organization? Because can you align yourself with that? Can you, as Too Short would say, get in where you fit in, right? So that's what I see here with the Mars energy. Now, as far as the tarot goes, you've got the Wheel, the 10 of Wands, and the Star. And so what I noticed right away is that we have 2 10s here, because this wheel and this 10, these are both 10s. And so 10 is a huge completion. So you've come down a very long road in your career, and you've been on the karmic cycle on the wheel for a long time. You've been doing this work for quite some time, and you've put in your effort, you've paid your dues. With the 10 of Wands, this is where we have paid our dues, right? And I get the sense that for you, pile number 3, if something doesn't happen this year with the promotion or with a change of circumstances, that you'll probably be on your way to something else, and that you won't stick around forever, because you do have a lot of really great skills. And so if you've really already put in the work and effort, the wheel of fortune is basically, spinning our destiny. And so if you don't get what you want this year, you might not stick around. Now, the star to me here says that either way, whether you get what you want at the organization you're at or you have to go somewhere else, you will ultimately get what you want, because you're connected. You're super connected. And you believe, with her expression here, it's like she really believes she's going to get what's due to her. And so, belief is always something that people say, oh, it's much more important to just do the work and, not have any, working is way more important than just a belief in success, right? But I think it's important to acknowledge that your belief in success in yourself has really been, part of the success that you are today. And so that always carries you forward. And I just had this weird thing that happened when I looked at the clock on the camera here, that time was stopping. And so I do feel like this is a that it literally stopped on my phone. It stopped recording. So I think that, this is a huge moment for you. If it feels like, time is stopping and time is going to stop, it's because, big things are around the corner. It might be with this organization you're currently with or another organization, but either way it goes, you have the skills. And if you're watching this and you're a little younger and you aren't quite there yet, you are developing the skills, or you will be developing the skills. And so there's nothing really to worry about. And everything will always work out. It's the star card, right? So that is your reading, pile number 3. Good luck to you in 2013. 2013 might be significant to some of you for a reason, like when you started a job, but good luck to you in 2020. Thank you.